Students, today I am going to explain the 10th lesson. It is based on the poem Old Susan written by Walter De La Mare. First and foremost, I would like to introduce the poem. Old Susan is a poem written by Walter De La Mare. It revolves around an old lady named Susan. When her work is done, she reads books as a leisure time activity. The poet describes the appearance of the lady, her way of living and surrounding in this poem. Susan, being an old woman, reads books as one would breathe air to live. Thus, she starts a new journey of her life when she turns a new page. Children, the poem Old Susan is consisted of 24 lines. I have divided the entire poem into 4 main parts. You should number the lines of the poem in order to identify the parts of the poem. From the first line to the 4th line, all the lines are related to the first part of the poem. According to part 1, when old Susan's work is done in the night, she sits in one of the chairs by candlelight with a warm glow dimming. She opens the window of the house, allowing the air to come inside. The writer exaggerates the air with the phrase, "the sweet night air." This part of the poem creates a visual imagery in the reader's mind. From the 5th line to the 10th line, all the lines are related to the second part of the poem. According to the second part, Susan keeps the thumb on each page that she reads. She reads the book with a serious and a wrinkled face. She'd read with stern and wrinkled face, her mild eyes gliding very slow. These lines bring out the outer appearance of old Susan due to her old age. Her gentle and feeble eyes smoothly and continuously read letters from the beginning to the end. Old Susan reads her stories while the candle flame is moving and the wind is blowing through the window. This part of the poem highlights that reading has no age restrictions. Children, from the 11th line to the 18th line, all the lines are related to the third part of the poem. According to these lines, she utters storylines with a low voice. Some incidents of the stories provoke Mrs. Susan to make some humorous remarks. The writer says that he has never heard any sound at night except the crowing of a far-off cock or the shuffling that is made by the thumb of old Susan when she turns another page to read. From the 19th line to the 24th line, all the lines are related to the 4th part of the poem. Through her great glasses bent on me, and shake her round old silvery head. These lines clearly highlights the old age of Susan. She moves her book to a particular direction while enjoying reading. At the end of the poem, the writer brings out that Susan prefers to read romantic fictions, which is one of the genres of literary works. This is the end of the last part of the poem. Children, the poem Old Susan, written by Walter De La Mare, is a delightful description of a sweet, simple, old woman who, after the day's hard labor, finds recreation in reading romantic novels by candlelight. The poet presents a vivid picture of the old lady using various words and phrases to describe her, as I have explained throughout this poem. Students, this is the end of the explanation of this lesson. Thank you and God bless you.